Like, why is nobody talking about this? The information is over 6 weeks old. This has the possibility of being the most catastrophic thing to happen in 2026 to the RV community, the RV industry, and the auto industry. That's how humongous this is, and no one's covering it. Not Fox News, CNN, RVbusiness.com, MSNBC, none of the RV YouTubers, TikTokers. No one has broken it down at all, and it makes no sense. Welcome to HB RV Lifestyle, the podcast. I'm the host, John Levingston, aka the Honey Badger, here to give it to you straight and transparent about the RV business, as well as some other things. Let me tell you, I'm probably going to be a little all over the place with this because I'm not scripting this out or brainstorming it. I got off the phone about an hour ago and got this information. And I'm like, the first thing I thought in my head was, somebody's pranking me. There's no way that's true. There's no way that information is true. Not one bit. So I went on YouTube. I put in every keyword I could on YouTube, TikTok, Google. Couldn't find jack shit about it. Not one bit. So I'm like, Well, let me go to the parent company. I'll tell you what I'm talking about in just a minute. So I go on and I actually Google the parent company. And I'm like, oh, RV Miles covered that. Jason covered that back in September. And that's the bankruptcy that was filed by First Brands Group, which owns Reese, Hitches, Bulldog, Draw-Tite, Tekonsha, which I probably botched that up, but they do like weight distribution hitches, brake controllers, just a lot of accessories for the RV industry, but they also do stuff for the auto industry. They acquired the Horizon Group, which was originally the parent company for Reese Hitches, like fifth wheels and weight distribution stuff. And they acquired a bunch of other places too. Well, they filed bankruptcy in September of 2025. And Jason at RV Miles probably covered it the best. I didn't cover it because there was nothing to add. There was nothing to talk about. I mean, I made a little blip on my little RV industry update, but it was like, let's just attention it for 2 minutes, because it doesn't surprise me that companies are filing bankruptcy and restructuring and trying to get rid of debt and blah, blah, blah. But what I was told today was on March 1st, 2026, Reese Hitches is officially out of business. First Brands is out of business because there was $2.7 billion in fraud that they were caught doing in bankruptcy court. I'm like, that's bullcrap. There's no way. I would have heard about this. Somebody would have called me and said, this is what's going on. The only way I could verify that this was real was through the Department of Justice. Can you believe that on January 29, 2026, that means at time of recording, this is 6 weeks old, and no one's talking about it. Former CEO of First Brands Group, LLC, Patrick James, and former senior executive, Edward James, deceived multiple banks and direct lenders through fake collateral, double and triple pledged assets, and misleading financial statements. As alleged in the indictment, Patrick James and Edward James perpetrated a years-long fraud at First Brands, eventually bankrupting the global automotive company in September 2025. At the time of its bankruptcy, First Brands, a company that reported approximately $5 billion in net annual sales worldwide, declared just $12 million in cash in its corporate bank accounts and over $9 billion in liability. As a consequence of the defendant's fraudulent schemes, First Brands lenders and creditors now face billions in losses. Patrick James and Edward James were arrested in Ohio this morning and are expected to be present later today in Northern District of Ohio. The case has been assigned to U.S. District Judge Annalisa Torres. Also unsealed today is the guilty plea of Peter Andrews Brumbergs in connection with his role in the scheme. Brumbergs pled guilty pursuant to any information before District Judge Torres on January 26, 2026. Brumbergs is cooperating with the government. As alleged in the... Oh, I already went over that. As alleged in the indictment, Patrick James, together with his brother Edward James, perpetrated a staggering fraud at First Brands Group, said attorney Jay Clayton. The James brothers obtained billions for First Brands and millions for themselves by presenting their leaders with the impression of a successful, growing international business. The indictment and the guilty plea unsealed today describe a very difficult reality, a business run through fraud, fake documents, and false financials. Together with our law enforcement partners, we will continue working tirelessly to uncover every aspect of this fraud and vindicate the rights of every victim. Now, I'll let you guys read the rest of it. I'm going to link it in the description box below. Folks, off the cuff. This is not good. It's not good on multiple levels. Level number one is Reese actually makes a good hitch. I hope that someone, when the bankruptcy is all said and done, a lot of the companies, both automotive and RV and all the rest of it, get broken up and sold off into pieces to cover all the debts. That's probably what's going to happen. So I'm hoping that everything goes well where Reese gets placed with a company like BAL, maybe Lippert, maybe Meyer Group or NTP. Or, hey, I'd even be okay if it ended up under Camping World. A lot of you are going to probably kill me for that statement, but it needs to be in the hands of an RV company and an RV industry. It's not good because short term, this is going to fuck everybody over, period. Sorry, I had to take that phone call. The other thing that we have to look at in the long term is parts and warranty stuff, dealing with those parts companies, dealing with those individual companies is now going to be locked up in hell for a while. This isn't going to be a slow process. They have to get through the court system. They have to go. I mean, this is not going to be fast and Bob's your uncle. This is going to be a long, drawn-out process that's going to take probably at least a year to sort out. Then they got to sell off the companies in bankruptcy court. They got to divide all the assets. If you bought a Reese product or any product under this company, you're not going to be able to find parts. This is why billionaires and millionaires get such a bad rep, because you got this small percentage of people that are just complete assholes and don't care about people. They only care about themselves and don't care that what they do affects not just them, but an entire industry and an entire community. I mean, I'm sorry. It's going to sound like I'm cussing up a storm, but this is fucking bullshit. Now, this is a possibility. Why is nobody talking about this? Or why is nobody talking about this in depth? I think part of it has to do with, I don't think anybody knows. I think what people in our industry, we see a name like Grand Design, Winnebago, Brinkley, Forest River, Keystone, B&W Hitches, God, I mean, there's a ton of companies, but there's companies that are recognizable brands. And I think one of the things that didn't connect the dots was that they mainly do a lot of automotive parts. They do a lot of like oil filters, things like that. They're a parent company of a bunch of other companies. And I think that's one of the reasons why nobody's talking about it. But I guarantee you today, I can guarantee you right now that there's executives at the RV factories that are going to be like, we better look into this. Man, it's not good. Dealerships that watch this, not good. Speaking of dealerships, real quick. I got 2 emails today from dealerships that I've never spoken to that are telling me that they're super slow and gas prices are going to screw us over and they don't know what to do and they're thinking about canceling orders with the factory and blah, blah, blah. You can do that. You can cancel all your orders and you can panic and you can panic through the whole thing, or you can be smart. Look at what you sold over the last couple of years and just carry the floor plans as sold. I'm going to open up my services to RV dealerships. I am going to open up for money. I'm not doing it for free. For a fee, I will come in and drag you out of the Stone Ages and drag you back into the actual present and future of what a dealership is going to be. Now, a lot of you are not going to like what I have to say, but would you rather stay in business and make money or keep doing it the same way you've been doing it for 40 plus years? So I'm going to offer those services. You can email me if you're interested. And I will do consultant work for dealerships across the US and Canada. I will come in and I will change the way you do things so quick. And the factories will actually be happy about the way I do things. Your employees will be happy and you'll have more money in your bank account. And the consumers are going to be happy because they're going to get good deals and they're going to get treated right. And they're not going to feel like everything you sell them is junk. And you're going to live happily ever after. Or you can keep going down the 20 group path. Go ahead. Keep going down the 20 group path. Keep doing the same thing we did in 1995 and go out of business. Till next time, remember, RV stands for toolkit and sense of humor.